A year ago, I attended this event in person. Nearly every person that I met asked me, "Which firm are you with?" Perhaps it was due to the way I looked, my attire, or the way that I spoke, but everyone assumed I was a lawyer. I am not a lawyer. I am a trafficking survivor. Appearances can be deceiving. I was raised in a wonderful home with a loving family. I had a stellar education, but none of that prevented me from becoming a victim of human trafficking. A personal crisis left me vulnerable. That vulnerability was the opening that my traffickers needed to seize control. For years, I was too paralyzed by fear to get the help that I desperately required. During that time, I led a double life. While there were many signs that something was wrong, to the average person, I appeared to be a highly functioning professional in the entertainment industry. The reality could not have been more different. As we face a global pandemic, survivors need your support to ensure that they don't become vulnerable again. Those who are currently being held in forced prostitution or forced labor need you to take notice. They need you to take action. Well, how can you take action? I offer 3 simple things: listen, educate, and be aware. Listen to survivors to rid the world of human trafficking. Survivors are the ones with the knowledge. We have the solutions. Educate yourself on the realities of human trafficking. What are its root causes? What resources are available to support survivors? Set aside your assumptions and become informed so you can take meaningful action. And finally, increase your awareness. Be aware of the systems that embolden traffickers. Be aware of the clothes you buy or the chocolate you eat. Was it made with forced labor? And finally, be aware of the person in front of you, because I can tell you firsthand that I have stood in financial institutions and 5-star hotels wishing that anyone would ask me if I was in trouble. No one asked. I am able to speak to you today from a place of strength because I was fortunate to have an incredible support network that helped me reclaim my life. But there are so many more survivors and would-be survivors. I am honored to present the Litigation Team of the Year Award, which honors a litigation team that has shown exceptional skill in securing justice for trafficking survivors. To understand the significance of the work done by this year's winners, here's a difficult piece of truth that we survivors learn the hardest way. Human trafficking doesn't happen in a vacuum. It happens in the real world and requires the cooperation, or at the very least, the willful ignorance of other parties. This year, the award goes to the legal team who set a new precedent in the prosecution of sex and labor trafficking by bringing this to light and demanding accountability. The Human Trafficking Legal Center recognizes the WilmerHale pro bono team representing Ms. Lisa Ricchio, who provided courageous testimony throughout these proceedings. The team filed a civil case against a motel and its owners and managers, alleging that the defendants knowingly benefited from the trafficking. It is with great pleasure that I present the Litigation Team of the Year Award to Cynthia Vreeland and Felicia Ellsworth, who will accept the award on behalf of the entire WilmerHale pro bono litigation team.
We are so grateful to you for recognizing our team with this award. And I love that it's a team award because it takes a team to litigate a case like this. My partner, Felicia, and I would like to tell you a little bit more about the team behind our case, starting with our amazing client, Lisa Ricchio. You've probably heard a little bit about her story. She was taken to Seekonk, Massachusetts by a man she thought was her boyfriend. He brutalized her for 4 days, then told her he wanted to put her to work. The couple running the motel knew her trafficker and they let this happen. Lisa ultimately mustered up some incredible strength. She saw her chance to get away and she took it. And she's since mustered up that same incredible strength to try and make a difference for the thousands of women across the country who find themselves in similar situations. We saw firsthand just how much strength it took Lisa to get on a witness stand and talk about what happened to her, but she did it. She did it 2 times over, first in a criminal case against her trafficker, and second in our case. She knew she was fighting for an important legal precedent, and she was determined to see it through. Last December, Lisa got on that witness stand before a packed courtroom in Boston. She told her story, and she was believed. And along the way, she helped us win an important legal precedent, confirming that hotels and motels can be held accountable when they turn a blind eye to trafficking. We are so grateful to Lisa for trusting us with her case, and we are so grateful to the Human Trafficking Legal Center for being our partner along the way. Martina told me when she called me about this case that she knew Lisa would be a powerful voice for trafficking victims, and boy, was she right. It takes a village, and we were so grateful to have this village with us along the way. And finally, we'd like to thank our amazing WilmerHale team, who put not only their incredible legal talents, but truly their hearts and their souls into this case. I'd like to turn this virtual podium over to my partner, Felicia, who argued and won that First Circuit case, to say just a few more words about our team.
Thank you, Cindy. Let me first start by echoing Cindy's words of appreciation for the Human Trafficking Legal Center's support throughout Lisa's case and our gratitude for this recognition of our team. As Cindy said, it really does take a village, and I wanted to share some of the tremendous contributions that our WilmerHale team members made to Lisa's case. 2 of Lisa's fiercest advocates from the outset should be mentioned for their commitment to Lisa's cause even after they left WilmerHale: Lucy Ewens and Adam Hornstein. Adam had the difficult task of deposing Lisa's trafficker while he was imprisoned for the crimes he committed against Lisa. And Lucy worked tirelessly on Lisa's case from day one, throughout the First Circuit appeal and leading up to trial. While Adam and Lucy both left WilmerHale before Lisa's case went to trial, they both stayed closely in touch with the team and followed the case, cheering Lisa on. Many other team members also played key roles throughout Lisa's case. Jason Liss was a critical member of the case team for many years, worked on the appeal and arguing many key motions in the district court. Kelly Powell joined our case team in the lead up to trial, working closely with a police officer who was the first to listen to Lisa's story and to investigate the motel where Lisa was held captive. 2 of our young associates, Eric Hawkins and Aaron McCriss, spent days in the moldy, flooded basement of the motel where Lisa was held, searching for records to be used in Lisa's case. Our associates Tess Foley and Jillian Schlatter worked closely with Lisa to help her prepare to give the difficult testimony in front of a jury about her harrowing experience. And Arjun Jaikumar and James Borzale drafted and argued critical pre-trial motions, took depositions, and worked hard to ensure that Lisa's story could be heard. And a team of paralegals, secretaries, and others who supported Lisa's case for years are too numerous to mention, but we could not have done it without them. And Cindy and I both wanted to extend our sincere thanks and appreciation to this amazing team. We're grateful to be a part of a firm like WilmerHale that had the resources and commitment to take on a case like Lisa's, as our case team devoted countless hours to supporting Lisa in telling her story and realizing justice. We are grateful to the Human Trafficking Legal Center for its unflagging work and support of our team and for this recognition. And most of all, we are grateful to Lisa for her bravery. Thank you.